back to pass. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Got enough space. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, SMU! Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and they finished it off with a 14-yard run for the score. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. From the gun, running back gets to give. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll run play action. Buys a little time with his feet. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game.
Yeah, and listen, that dude is a dude. I get it. I mean, he's an absolute stud, and I want to find ways to get him the football, but maybe not force feed him in that situation when he's got two guys on him.
And the Tar Heels come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Looking for a push on 4th down. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. That's the end of the period, and SMU has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. Period, first down here. Robinson will throw. Fires to the big fella. Breaks into the open. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
The Tar Heels have this offense rolling. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He's going to take off. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I'll tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
Second down, he'll throw it. Grab near the sticks. It's Love. Oh, the ball's out after that big play.
Well, what a great play by the defense. With their backs against the wall, they create the fumble and then jump on it in their own end zone for the touchback.
get something going here late in the half. Give to the running back. Runs through a tackle.
All right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. He didn't get a first down, but what does it do? Now it makes second down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it. Still in a great position. Way to stay ahead of the chains.
The Mustangs can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Throws for the tight end. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Leaves it with the back. Collisions and power on display, and after all of that, just back to the line of scrimmage.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Gonna let it fly. He's got it inside the 30. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Looking to throw on first down. Working that left side. He stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now. Having given up multiple first downs on this drive, somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleeding.
And the Mustangs had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Takes a handoff. It's Jackson. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Looking to scramble. Chunked it away just as he was hit.
I like the offensive idea here to try to change the launch point of the QB, but you got to do a better job protecting him because guys can't complete passes when they're getting hit.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. From the gun, wants to pass. Fears the pressure. Flushed out of the pocket. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Mustangs.
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with the lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
And let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time, so get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point makes it 14-0. They put together an 81-yard drive, and it was capped off with the 8-yard run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. From the gun, the running back has it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Well, after not getting a thing done on first down, it's 2nd and long from the 24. Pocket breaking down. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Sends it back in motion. On the move. Knifing through, making the play in the backfield, and they can use a timeout and try to force them to punt. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Wants to adjust the pattern. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not.
Aggressive. You want to be aggressive. You want to take chances, and you tell your team about it all week, and you come out, you get an opportunity in the first half to go for it on 4th down. You shot your shot. The problem is now you put your defense in a bad situation early in this game where you're going to have to try to find a way to get a stop and create some momentum.
Didn't make them sweat at all. It's good. And now the lead is even bigger. They want to get the ball back right now, lining up for an onside kick to start the second half. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive, Reese. Like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on every single snap. So buckle up, get your mind right, and get ready to come back in this game.
From the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Robinson looking to pass. He's got it. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. And the Tar Heels want to pick up the tempo. Trying to bully their way in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tar Heels. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
Why not double the try total and go for 2? The snap sets up to throw. Makes the grab for the two-point conversion as they cut further into that lead. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Quarterback on the keeper. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line.
Really nice job by the defense that time, stopping the option. Everyone accounted for. You saw the quarterback. He was holding it. He was running wider and wider out to the perimeter of the field. But this defense has really good speed. But they made that play because everybody was on the same page. Nice job.
Yeah, and I think 3rd and short is the perfect time to run RPOs because I can give the football or make the read, but I got to make sure in these situations I'm accurate with the football either way. Wasn't accurate with the football. Now you got a 4th down situation.
Makes the grab. It's Moss. And he's still running after the move. It's a seam lot. Touchdown, SMU. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Two-point conversion attempt is coming. Makes the grab in the end zone for the 2 as they extend the lead. Set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Robinson will throw. Looking deep. He's got it on the outside. There he goes. Just what they were looking for. A huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
What a great play call offensively. Taking the shot, you flip the field, and now you better get those red zone play calls ready and dialed up.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It was starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the 3rd quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
Rushes on him. Hauls it in. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. Moves around to clear up the vision. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, North Carolina. Getting aggressive here and going for two. Looking to throw. Quarterback strolling away from Heath. They've got the two-point conversion, and now they trail by only 9. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well tonight, give back that last score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to throw on first down. Pressure coming. Going to take a shot at this DB.
And it's okay that that ball's incomplete. It's important this offense comes out and they show that they want to be aggressive. They show that they're willing to take shots and they're going to try and take the top off of this defense. Not able to connect on that one, but that will not be the last deep ball we see in this game.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet. Haven't sacked.
He lofted high and deep down the left side. And he makes the catch inside the 20. That is just a gargantuan play as he has it all the way down to the 12. That's the end of the period, and SMU has the lead. And we've reached the end of the third, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. They go back to work in the final period of this one. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
And this is a perfect situation. This is a situation, if you asked me to be in before the game, the coaches would have been in heaven. I got the football. I got the lead on their side of the field. Nice gain on first down. Same.
Touchdown, Mustangs! Quick strike through the air for the score. Try to add another to their lead. And the extra point was good to finish things off. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. After scoring that touchdown, they'll try to get it right back with an onside kick. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done. North Carolina offense returns to the field. Quarterback making adjustments. Robinson looking to pass. Going downfield for the big play. Got it! Into the end zone. Touchdown, UNC! So as big as that touchdown was, equally as big, converting this two-point attempt and making it a one-score game. They want to throw it. Under fire. He's into the end zone, and we've got a one-possession game in the fourth quarter. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Fielded in the end zone, it's Austin. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wants to go up top. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Going to have to come up with a play on 3rd and 10 from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Going for the big play. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
That's a really good break on the football. He sees the ball come out, and he hits him right as he's catching it. Nice job of dislodging the football from the receiver. That's a good play by the defensive back.
Now, this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on 4th down. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. What an unfortunate penalty there. They thought they'd converted the 4th down. Instead, they'll have to try it again. The Mustangs will punt this one away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. At midfield, trying to turn it upfield. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. So the defense trying to protect the lead, but they could also put a punctuation mark on this thing and end it with a big turnover. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th. They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. He might want another play. Robinson will throw. Looking for an open area to his left. And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
This defense right now is not only fighting an offense with a lot of confidence, but they're fighting against momentum too. Remember, they had a big lead earlier in this game. Now it's been reduced to just one possession, so they've got to make some big plays here on pass defense. They've got to be able to cover.
So can the defense get one more stop, one more time, and hold on to this lead? On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Gets rid of it. The sure hands, it's Johnson.
And they get the completion, and they get out of bounds, which is obviously important to stop the clock. But what's really important now is it's fourth down. And that made it more manageable, but obviously the clock is not as important as making sure you get this fourth down conversion.
It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on fourth down. He'll go up top, maybe a deciding play here. Grabbed in the middle, it's Johnson. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift. Wants to throw again. Under fire. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game.
That's a great play by this defense. It's hard when you go against a guy that's so good at the quarterback spot. He can make so many plays, but the defense understood that rep. Nice job getting to him, corralling him, getting him on the ground, and creating the big sack.
With the catch, it's Love. And he's dragged down. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Robinson looking to pass. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down.
And now with that play, for this offense, it's got to have it time. Yeah, I'm going for it on fourth down. Obviously, a field goal does nothing, but I got 3 timeouts, and that is a good thing. Because I have those in my pocket, I can attack the whole field. I just got to focus in on the yardage to get this fourth down and move the sticks.
And here we go, down to score. They'll go for it on fourth down. The offense changing the play. Fourth down, gotta have it here. A shot toward the end zone. And he's gonna score. Touchdown, Tar Heels.
And this is obviously a no-brainer. Great job by the offense, great execution. Inside of 2 minutes, you got to go for 2. You got to dial up this play, try to tie this football game up. What's your favorite 2-point play? Dial it up, and let's tie this game up.
Now they'll try to tie it up with the 2 late. He's looking to throw. Into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and we are all tied up here in the fourth. Here comes the kickoff as we are all tied up in the fourth quarter. He'll bring it out. It's Austin. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Oh, a double pass. Close to the marker, it's Jackson. Running free, going to the end zone, but way back behind him, there's a flag on the field. Biggest drive of the game right now as the clock is winding down, a chance to win it before overtime. He'll set up to throw. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. It's caught. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30.
And they've trusted their QB to throw the football. And he's going to have to make plays. He's made plays throughout the day. This is now when you come up clutch in a big moment when your team needs it. If that's any indication, I like what I'm seeing.
We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that one.
And the Mustangs now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. That's caught. It's Moss. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. So that penalty is going to cost them the first down as they back up, and now it's second down. Offense gets set for second down. These corners backing off a bit. Wants to pass, and he's got to make a play. Trying to escape and get it himself. He steps out of bounds, stops the clock after a short pickup of 7, and it's getting dire in terms of the clock. Falls at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's third and long. On the ground, it's Jackson. Tackle is made at the 30-yard line, and it'll be fourth down. Timeout is called by the defense, and 12 seconds remain in the football game. The Mustangs decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Punt is on its way. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O's. Get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. Robinson will throw. Oh, they're after him. Makes a grab at the 25, and there's room. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. Well, guys, let's play some more. Headed to overtime.
And this just feels right. Both of these teams going back and forth. So, of course, David, this thing needs to get decided in OT.
Let's see who's better. Short amount of time to do it. A couple possessions, probably, maybe one possession each. Who's the better team?
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, just to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Palmer, like you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the third overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, first and goal.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
And the Mustangs will hustle to the line. Touchdown, SMU! They strike first in overtime.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
And he puts through the extra point. They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. Might be calling a hot route. Robinson looking to pass. Floating away. Took a shot as he threw. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down.
Get the quarterback off his spot. Make him flush from the pocket. Put a good hit on him. Check, check, check. You want to do everything you can to make the QB uncomfortable. The defense did all three of those on this play and finished it off with a nice lick, nice physical play on the quarterback.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Got it in the middle. It's Smith. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
I'll tell you, this quarterback has just been in a great rhythm all game long. With that last completion, he's now over 300 yards passing.
Now on first down, they need to answer with a touchdown. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll go to work in the air on second down. And that one sails through the back of the end zone.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
Third down in overtime. They have to keep the drive alive and try to get it in the house. Third down play from the gun. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
And quarterback's accuracy goes way down when you start to get him on the move. And you want to make it go way down even further? Pop that sucker. Nice job making him move, scramble out to his left, and then a good clean stick on him. That's two things he has to think about on one play.
This, the biggest play of the game so far. Going for it on fourth down in overtime. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Lets it fly. Can't make the connection, and the defense gets a fourth down stop. It always comes down to a few key plays in a game like this, but to lose in overtime, just an absolute kick in the gut.
It's a kick in the gut, and you remember those exact plays, Reese. The things I could have done a little bit better in the ball.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The give to the back. And that's the way they'll start, and they hope it gets better. No gain.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Robinson will throw. Bringing the heat. Fires on the move. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Love the coverage on the back end by the defense on that play. In these scramble-type situations, the quarterback's rolling out to his right. Everything breaks down, and it really gets hard on these defenders to have to stay with their man, but a good job there by the defense.
So already a challenge on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 9. Unleashes one. Got his man downfield. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
He wants to go deep. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
On this opening drive, the offense trying to be aggressive, attacking deep down the field. But they're going to have to do a better job of taking advantage of those one-on-one matchups because that time the defense won. They were able to high point the football, creating the interception.
Two running backs alongside the quarterback. They'll start this drive going to the air. Got it behind the line. It's Jackson. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. That is a costly penalty on this defense. Now they're dealing with a 2nd and 2. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Looking downfield, it's Newton. Snagged out of the air. There he goes. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
From the gun, they'll try the middle.
Just a simple power play. Again, not sexy, run the ball up the middle. Physicality, offensive line gets to assert themselves, run block, which they love to do. This pays dividends down the road in the 4th quarter.
And the Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Using his legs, it's Jackson. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number 1. Was priority number 1. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
The Tigers kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. To the ground. He's got it again. And he's knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, and that'll do it for the first quarter. It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm as we start the second quarter. The Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
And quite simply put, you don't see that happen very often against him. He is one of not just the best quarterbacks in the game, he's one of the best players in the game. He's a Heisman Trophy candidate that oftentimes doesn't make mistakes like that. He should have thrown that football away. He decided to try and do too much, and the defense made him pay. They get a massive, massive sack, and this offense loses a ton of yards.
Fires to the wideout. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
Man, they can barely see the first down marker from there, but they'll go for it on 4th. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Blasted as he lets it go. Snagged in the middle. It's Brown. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
He'll pull it down. And it'll be a short game. No need to take a big hit there on the scramble.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy. Because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a first down. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Robinson looking to pass. Here's a heat. And he'll just get rid of that one.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Back to pass. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. A pickup of 8 now to convert this 3rd and 2.
He didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
Wants to throw on 3rd. Here comes the heat. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
You know, I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. Might be changing the route. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28.
Well, you got to give this quarterback a ton of credit because he showed tremendous confidence on that throw. That wasn't just trying to throw to the sticks. That was being aggressive and throwing it down the field. Not a high percentage throw, but he had confidence in his guy to win one-on-one, and they keep the drive alive.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Throws to the wideout. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting to throw going his way. They put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
They've got a ways to go on 3rd down from the 24 as this defense tries to force them into a field goal try. Robinson will throw. A shot toward the end zone. Into the house. Touchdown, North Carolina!
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Going right to work up top. Unloads to the wideout. Just a Baryshnikov-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the first down.
When you're going to run a comeback route, you've got to sell like you're going deep, and that was a great job there by their receiver, really making that corner think he was running deep down the field. So we got the corner to turn his hips, turn his shoulders, and then the receiver was able to just pivot around and make it an easy pass.
He's down to the 38-yard line, and they can stop the clock.
Who says in the RPO pass game you can't throw anything vertically downfield, right? Doesn't all have to be screens and throws to the line of scrimmage. There's a good example of a quarterback pushing the ball vertically downfield after the play fake to the running back.
Catch in the middle, it's Rodgers. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. Gives it on the option. Fights off the defender. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Tigers have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Looking to throw, it's Newton. Now adjusting. Bought a little time, lets it go. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. The Tigers come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. They'll try to get it through the air. Here's the pressure. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Bringing it back. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half.
Defensive backs have tough jobs. I mean, you think about whether you play nickel, whether you play dime, whatever it is, you put more DBs on the field. It's more speed. It's more guys that can cover, but they also got to cover that ground. But to cover the ground and make the pick, a lot of times you don't see that. Superb effort by that guy.
Offense offense has enough time to get off a play before we head to the half. Maybe some confusion on the snap count there. That's maybe what caused the false start. Either way, the offense is penalized. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Snaps it in the shotgun. Throws to the back. Caught over the middle. It's locked. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Robinson looking to pass. He's going to fire deep. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. The Tar Heels will kick it off to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They start this third quarter one-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Trying play action. Pocket breaking down. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. Third and long. Ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his man. It's Jackson. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Complete out of the backfield. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. The definition of four-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere, just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do, but maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the first down. Nothing to worry about, Reese.
Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another first down. Just going to keep it after the snap. Just had a solid pickup on first. Now let's see what they've got on second down. It's a draw. Turning it on! He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the first down.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Tight end now in motion. To the air. It's Newton. Now he's going to break the pocket. He'll try to do it himself. He was able to squirt free and pick up just a few on that one.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
on 3rd and long. Try to convert through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the 3rd quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
Big tight end makes the grab. 1st down, still on his feet. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down.
Hey, I got to be honest. I don't know if the defense was expecting that type of throw on 4th down. It looked like they were all huddled close to the line of scrimmage, looking for something in the quick game, but instead the quarterback takes a shot vertically down the field, catches the defense off guard.
And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. The Tigers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Off the play fake. Fires to the wideout. On target to the left. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. Guys, we've reached the end of the period, and North Carolina's on top. And sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the 3rd. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. So 1st down, we'll open up the final period. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Firing to the right, complete. Now the connection takes it to the 11. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Back to pass, it's Newton. Fires into the end zone. He throws back across his body, and it's picked off. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few 1st downs together, we're looking really good.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Dances away. Unloads it left. Hits the open man. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. They'll go to the toss. Quick spin on the run. He has the 1st and still on his feet. That is just the kind of run you want when you're trying to close out a game.
How many ways can I get it to my running back who's a baller in space? This is a really good job. Just toss it to him, right? I want to throw it to him. Yeah, I want to run up the middle, but I want to get it to him as many ways as I can. Toss it to him, get him on the edge, do a good job sealing the edge. They'll do the rest. Just give him the ball in space, good things will happen.
And after that negative play on offense with the lead late in the game, I think there's still ways that you can be creative and run the football, but not be so obvious. So zone read type plays, fake dives and pitches to the running back to get him outside, jet sweep.
Oh, he's got some space. Tar Heels didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard. The defense will use a timeout, and the clock is stopped with 24 seconds left. After that last loss, it's 2nd and 12. He wants to change this route. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Robinson will throw. Makes the grab. And he's marked down right there, but a good pickup, and it'll be a first down.
Man, this quarterback is going to have to be deadly accurate here in this 2-minute situation, right? And that's really what he's had to be all game long. He hasn't had a lot of yards because the coverage has just been so tight. He's had to be pinpoint perfect. It's been hard just to find completions, no doubt. It's going to be the same thing here in this 2 minutes.